Hey, how's everyone doing? So this is going to be another video talking about my vinyl record collection. Now this is one I'm super excited about. It's Red Hot Chili Peppers Stadium Arcadium, brand new. This is a 4 LP box set, and man, I have a long story to tell you about the trials and tribulations I went through to get this album. Let me just back up. I was telling my friend who is a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan that I really wanted to get Stadium Arcadium on vinyl because it is my favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers album. Now, I didn't realize at the time that it was actually very hard to find, and he told me that it actually sells for hundreds on eBay. And I looked it up and I was like, oh my god, like there's a bunch of listings for very expensive prices and there's bids on them for very expensive prices, and there aren't any on here for a decent price. And I was just like, wow, that sucks. And this same buddy of mine, he actually has it and he got it a long time ago, and he got it for $40 at the same record store. But when he got it, I hadn't listened to everything that they had released yet, and I wasn't like majorly into them at the time. But all of that has changed since then, and I basically, in the back of my mind, wanted to get that album if possible. So we had that conversation, and it is what it is. And then a few days later, me and him went to the record store. There was nothing there that I was interested in. We ended up leaving. And then later that night, he texted me. He goes, dude, I forgot to tell you, they had Stadium Arcadium. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I was fucking livid. Like, I couldn't believe they had it, and I had no idea. And it was $40, and I apparently walked right by it without seeing it. And I was just like, well, that fucking sucks. I'm like, but I need to get it. Like, I'm definitely going to get it within the next day or so. So I talked to my girlfriend about it numerous times, and I'm like, I'm thinking about getting up really early in the morning and going right when they open to get it. And she was like, I think you should do that. But then my laziness started to kick in, and I was like, well, maybe I could just have her get it when she gets off work around 5 p.m., and that way I won't have to get up early. And she was like, I'll totally do it, but I'm just saying, like, I think you should go in the morning because it might be sold out by the time I get there. And in my head, I was just stubborn, and I was like, as hard as it is to find that album, it can't be that hard where it's literally going to sell out within a day. And I was like, and I have a backup plan. I went on eBay and I actually found one. Buy it now for $44. So I was like, okay, worst comes to worst, it sells out, and I can just go get it on eBay, and it'll be no big deal. But I didn't think any of that would happen. So basically, I went back and forth on what I was going to do, but in the end, I decided, I was like, okay, I'll have her get it when she gets off work. So I was so excited all day to get it, to get off work and head over to my girlfriend's house to get it. And lo and behold, I get off work and speed over there. She doesn't have it. She's told me they sold out of it right when they opened, pretty much. They sold the one copy they had. I was flabbergasted. I could not believe that shit. I was like, that really blows. Like, I am such an idiot for waiting around. I should have just got up in the morning and gotten it. And I just couldn't believe it. But she was telling me how they do have it on order, and they're hoping to get it in a few more days. So in my head, I'm like, I don't know what I should do. And I was like, well, let me just go on eBay and see if that one is still on eBay. Go on eBay. It's not on eBay anymore. That one sold out too. So then it was back to all the listings being super expensive again. So I'm just like, wow, this whole plan backfired so bad. So I'm like, all right, it is what it is. This really sucks, and I'm really disappointed, but I guess I'll wait a few days, and hopefully they'll get it in the shipment. I wait until Tuesday, call them. They don't get their shipment on Tuesday. Call them on Wednesday. They get the shipment, but it's not in the shipment. So I'm like, wow, I can't believe this shit. Call again a week later. They still don't get it in the next shipment, but it's still on order. I keep checking eBay every night. Still can't find any for a reasonable price. Even the following week, I called while I was at work on the company phone to see if they had it. Still didn't have it. So once again, I'm checking every day. It's been weeks at this point, checking every day on eBay. And finally, one night, I finally decide, all right, fuck it. I find one for like $57. I'm like, I'm just gonna pull the trigger because I just need to have this record. Pull the trigger and I buy it, and immediately I regret it. I'm like, I just feel so defeated that I didn't get it for the $40 that was listed at the record store. So I immediately cancel the order after I buy it, and that was a little bit of a process, and I had to get the seller to do some stuff to get the thing refunded and canceled, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on with this thing? This thing is such a hassle. I can't believe it. So anyway, more days go by, and then finally one night in the middle of the night, I see a listing, buy it now, brand new for $44, and I'm excited as hell. I'm like, that's close enough to 40. I'm getting this one. So I buy it, and that's that. That is official. I am getting this record, and that is it. So the thing gets shipped, but it takes forever to get to my place. It was a 2-week shipping process for whatever reason. I assume because of COVID, maybe. I don't know, but it wasn't like it was coming from fucking the North Pole. It's coming from like Kentucky or something. 2 days later, the record store finally gets it in, and I am pissed. I'm like, so I have to wait like less than 2 more weeks to get mine in the mail when they have one finally at the fucking record store that I can go get within minutes. So I'm like, I am just so over this shit. So I'm like, my girlfriend was like, well, do you want to just go buy it at the record store and then, ship the one back that you got in the mail? I'm like, no, I'm not doing all that shit. Just fuck it at this point. So every day I'm waiting for my thing to come in the mail and waiting. And now I want to go to the record store to see if they have some other records that I'm looking for, but I don't want to go there because I know Stadium Arcadium is there, and I don't want to like see it in person, basically for the first time when I know I have it coming in the mail, and I want that moment to be the moment I open it for the first time. So now it's completely reversed to the point that I don't want to go to the record store because they do have it. I'm just like, this is so typical. It's just absolutely insanity. And finally, days go by, and I keep calling every day to see if they still have it, and they do at the record store. Of course, no one wants to buy it now. And finally, after around 2 weeks, it finally comes in the mail, and I finally open it up, and here it is. I'm so happy that it's basically all over. But yeah, like I said, this was released in 2006, and this is the last album with John Frusciante as we speak. He ended up leaving the band a few years later and only previously rejoined, last year? And this is a bear of an album. There's almost 30 songs on it. It's split up into multiple different sections. They call like the first half of the album Jupiter, and then the second half Mars. This album became their first #1 album in the United States and earned them 7 Grammy Award nominations, including 5 wins, one of which was for the Best Rock Album and Best Box or Special Limited Edition Package. It's a super long album, but totally worth the full listen. And this actually includes 2 of my top 2 favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper songs, which are Especially in Michigan and Charlie. And then the rest of the songs I like on it are Danny California, Snow Hey-O, Stadium Arcadium, Hump Da Bump, She's Only 18, Torture Me, Strip My Mind, Wet Sand, Hey, Tell Me Baby, 21st Century, and We Believe. Now, yeah, this thing is big. Like I said, 4 LPs, which I'm surprised it's 40, around, some people can get it for around $40, and, with it being 4 LPs. So it's basically like $10 per record. And I love the artwork all over it. It's everything about it is just so nice. Like, it's just really, really organized well. It's got some really cool artwork. It's got all the lyrics on it, and you can tell they spent a lot of time and effort into putting this thing together. And I love some of the pictures, just classic Red Hot Chili Peppers with explosions and jumping around, and I don't know what their deal is, always having their shoes off. That's another thing. They act like hippies sometimes. I just think this is an awesome album from head to toe, and I'm glad I finally have this monstrosity in my collection. Finally over. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys can get this if you're a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan, and that it's not nearly as a hassle as it was for me. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.